human brain is a very powerful machine. It is capable of accomplishing anything and everything that you set your mind on it. The problem with most of us is that we tend to focus on all the things that we can't do. We seem to blame all our misfortunes on our luck. Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and most honored guests, welcome. This morning, my goal is to inspire each and every single one of you to live a more positive life. In my presentation this morning, I will be talking about some of the benefits of having a positive mentality, as well as telling you of some of a little bit about how the brain works when it comes to setting specific goals. As I mentioned in my introductory sentence, the human brain is a very powerful machine. It is capable of accomplishing anything and everything that we set our minds on it. The thing about the human brain is that we have to be very specific. We can't just say, I want to make more money, or I want to lose more weight. How much more money do you want to make? Do you want to make $1,000 more money? Do you want to make $50,000 more? Do you want to make $100,000 more? Do you want to make $1 million more? As you can see, all of these are more money. But the brain doesn't know exactly what you want. It doesn't have a target for you to go out there and aim towards it. The same thing applies to losing more weight. How much more weight do you want to lose? In what period of time do you want to lose that weight? Do you want to lose that weight in 1 week? Do you want to lose it in 6 months? By the way, 1 week's not healthy. 6 months? 1 year? 5 years? What is the time frame that you want to accomplish losing that weight? In order for you to have a goal that you can achieve and accomplish, there has to be specifically tell your brain exactly what you want and the specific time frame that you want to achieve that goal. If you don't tell your brain what you want and what the time frame is that you want to achieve it, there's no way that you're not going to achieve it because your brain doesn't have that target like I mentioned earlier. You're going to be running around like a chicken with no brain, just wobbling everywhere. Something that is just as important as setting specific goals is having a positive mentality and a pleasing personality. Throughout my life, I have always achieved most of my goals, had a good number of friends, and had people who genuinely care about me. I think I owe a lot of this early success and a lot of the love I received from my peers to the positive mentality that I had. Because I am a firm believer that positive things will happen to positive people. For example, when I first joined Century 21, there was this agent in our office who was so negative. He was the most negative person I have ever met in my life. He was negative about work, he was negative about life. Anything that you talked to him, you couldn't do it, you couldn't get through him. And I partially understood why he was so negative. He had closed 2 transactions in the past 2 years. So when I met him, I told him, I was like, hey, I'm not going to mention any names, but you need to be more positive. You need to be more outgoing. You need to socialize more. You need to smile more often. You need to have more fun at what you do. And people are going to pick up that positive energy from you and want to be around you more often, want to relate to you, want to have fun with you. And when I first started telling him this, he kind of brushed me off. He's like, it's this new guy coming in, talking about positive this, positive that. But then when he started seeing that I was closing deals and I was always smiling, I was always so happy, I was always so optimistic about the real estate market when a lot of people were like, whoa, what's going on? He started to pay attention. And little by little, I started seeing him around the office meetings, smiling more, networking more, having more fun at his job. And now the same agent from January to April has closed 4 deals, 4 transactions, better than his past 2 years. So I'm a firm believer that having a positive mindset can improve your business life, your personal life. And when you have a negative aspect towards life, negative things are going to happen to you. You're going to miss out on a lot of wonderful opportunities. For example, I had this one student come up to me. I attended the Oxnard College Career Fair a couple weeks ago, and he comes up to me already with a negative body language, shoulder shrug, facial expression, not smiling, and he asked me, do you have to sell any houses to make money in real estate? And I tell him, yeah, of course you have to sell some houses. That's how we get paid. We don't get paid unless we sell something. And then he goes on and on. He said, well, I can't sell any houses. The economy's so bad. There's no jobs out there. Nobody's buying houses. And I look at him, and I take a deep breath. I grab my composure, and I tell him, come here. I tell him, of course you can't sell any houses. At least not with that mentality. You cannot do anything that you're telling your brain that you can't do. If you say, I'm not smart, so therefore I'm not good at school, when you attend school, of course you're not going to do good in school. You're automatically telling your brain that you can't do something. Half of the battle is already up here in your brain. Instead of focusing on all the reasons why you can't do something, try focusing on all the reasons why you can do something. Try focusing on the reasons why you want to be motivated to accomplish that goal. Why do you want to go to school? Why do you want to make more money? Why do you want to sell more houses? Why do you want to lose weight? There has to be some type of motivation when you set specific goals. Otherwise, no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to accomplish this. You have to have some type of drive, some type of motivation that causes you to wake up in the morning and say, yes, I'm going to work today. I'm waking up at 6:30 to work out this morning, and I'm doing the right thing because this is why I want to do it. I want to do it for myself. I want to do it for my family's future. There has to be some type of drive in order for you to accomplish something. Another common problem that a lot of us have is that most of us are going to have or be put in situations that are bad or not the greatest situations. But it's important not to dwell on that negative situation and always look at the positive side of every situation. Everything always happens for a reason. There is always a rainbow after every storm. For example, as most of you know, in my icebreaker, I talked about a life-changing experience when I got arrested for driving under the influence in 2009. Yes, and it's not something that I'm proud of, but it's something that I feel comfortable and confident talking about it because it was a changing point in my life. This situation took me from living a great life to hitting rock bottom. I went from driving a BMW to riding the bus. Yes, I went on the bus. I went from living in a bachelor house, a college house, to moving back in with my parents. I went from having money in the bank to being completely broke. And at this point, I had a decision to make. I could have easily blamed all of this on my luck. Or even worse, I could have blamed it on the economy. I could have said that I was out drinking because my friends had no jobs. And therefore, it was all the economy's fault. But no, I decided to take responsibility for my actions. And I decided to move back home and set specific goals on what I wanted to accomplish for the next year. So sure enough, 8 months later after I moved back home, I was a proud homeowner, and I got my real estate license. And as most of you know, getting my real estate license changed my life forever. I was introduced because of real estate to Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, Anthony Robbins, all of these motivational speakers. And it taught me to look at life from a different perspective. It taught me to be a little bit more inspirational, more motivational. It introduced me to Toastmasters. Yeah. It is important to realize that everything always happens for a reason. If your boyfriend breaks up with you, maybe it's an opportunity for you to upgrade. Maybe it's an opportunity to find your Prince Charming. If you get laid off from work, maybe it's an opportunity for you to open up your own business and be your own boss and not allow somebody to control your hours, to control your paycheck. Everything in life has a bright side. You just have to look at it from a different perspective. To summarize my presentation today, all of you learned that the human brain is capable of accomplishing anything and everything that you set your mind on. It is important to remember that everything always happens for a reason. no matter what it is. One thing I can say with confidence, though, is that positive things will happen to positive people. So it is always important to smile and look at life on the bright side. So